You're not out of ideas. You're not burnt out. You're just trapped inside of a story that's too small for you. What if your creative block wasn't a lack of energy, but instead a result of spending all of that energy holding up a false version of yourself? I used to think that burnout was my problem, but it wasn't. It was the signal. And the moment I stopped trying to force progress and started finally listening, well, that's when everything opened up. So I'd love to know, what's one story that you've been living inside of lately? What are the walls made of? What would freedom feel like? Drop a comment below and tell me. So you wake up inside of a house that you don't even remember building. The walls are familiar and your routines are established. The shelves are lined with things that you used to love, projects half finished, ideas once cherished, all covered in dust. You spend your days pacing from one room to the next, thinking maybe the next door will lead somewhere new and interesting, but they all loop back to each other. And at some point you stopped asking yourself why that even was. You tell yourself you're tired, you're out of ideas, maybe you're not meant for this after all. But then one morning you feel something strange. A breeze, a quiet hum, a light that you can't explain leaking in under the frame of a door that you forgot was even in this room. But you decide to follow it this time. You reach out for the handle, and just before you touch it, a voice rises up. Soft, scared, but familiar. But if you leave, who will you be? Because this house isn't just a shelter, it's made up of every story you've ever told yourself about who you are. That voice at the door, it is not the truth. It's a script. And it was written over years of survival, of needing to be accepted, of learning to stay small, of editing yourself to stay safe. And the house that you've been living in, it's not a failure. It's not a prison. It's a masterpiece of self-protection. You built it when you needed it, but you do not need it anymore. Because outside the door isn't chaos. It's clarity, momentum, the version of you who never forgot how to move. And that hum that you hear, well, that's your creative center calling you home. And here's the part that no one tells you. You don't even have to tear the house down. You just have to stop believing that it's the only place that you belong. In fact, the door is already open. You don't need a plan, just 5 seconds of stillness, one breath, a single step, and you're free. You're not stuck. You're not out of ideas. You're just standing in a room that was never meant to hold your entire being. So take one breath. Step towards that light that you recognize. Pay attention to that hum, because the moment you stop trying to force your way forward and start listening from deep within, well, that's when the real breakthrough begins. And if you're ready to take that next step, there's something waiting for you just outside the door. It's the first thing I'd want you to see. Thanks for watching.